Today I'm making mushroom barley soup. I've got some chicken stock that I made in my Instant Pot from rotisserie chickens that we had from Costco. And because we're planning to move soon, I don't want to be putting things in my freezer that aren't ready to go meal. So sure, it's helpful to have chicken stock in the freezer, but at this point, I want things that are ready-made, ready to go. So instead of putting chicken stock in my freezer, I want to put ready-made soup into the freezer. So today I'm making a batch of mushroom barley soup, and I'm gonna show you how I do it. I've never made this recipe before, so we're gonna learn it together. I've already got 3 tablespoons of butter in my pot, and so I'm gonna turn that on, get it heating, melted, while I chop up my onion. So I'm putting 1 onion into this soup. If you haven't bought onions that claim to not make you cry, if you're someone who's bothered by cutting onions, definitely spend the extra money to buy these onions that, I don't know what they're called. Smiley's, I think, is the brand that I bought, but they say on the package, won't make you cry, and they actually do not. I can cut a lot of onions and not have any tears streaming down my face. So with normal onions, I would not have been brave enough to cut onions on camera because I would have had makeup streaming down my face and I would have been dripping with tears. But now I can cut onions, no problem. You might hear some kid noise today. My son is getting newspapers ready to deliver, and my 2 younger kids are having a rest, but it's getting kind of loud. So don't be alarmed if you hear kids screaming. It's happy screams, I promise. Okay, my onions are sauteing in the pot. Now I'm gonna chop up these mushrooms. This is 1.5 pounds of mushrooms. And it's said to use cremini mushrooms and portobello. I couldn't find portobello, so I'm just using these brown cremini mushrooms. Also, it said to quarter them, but I got these from Costco and these mushrooms are massive, so I am not gonna quarter them. I'm going to cut them a lot smaller than quarters because it would be like 1 mushroom per scoop of soup, or I don't know. It would just not work. So I'm cutting them smaller. My onions are nicely softened, getting a little bit of color on them. Now I'm gonna dump these mushrooms in, cook these down with a 1/4 teaspoon of salt as well. Now while my mushrooms are cooking, I'm gonna peel and chop a couple of carrots. Now that my carrots are chopped, I'm going to press 4 cloves of garlic. These are going in at the same time, so I'm just gonna press it right on top of my carrots and toss it all in at once. This is the best garlic press I have ever owned. I used to have one that it just was way more frustrating than helpful. The garlic would squeeze out in giant chunks around the outside. This one gets almost every last bit of garlic out of it, and it's so easy to clean. It's a Pampered Chef garlic press. Anyway, I really love it. And it's got this little tool that, it's got these teeth and it presses in to the back. So it pushes all of the extra fiber stuff out, and yeah, you just lose almost no garlic when you use this press compared to other ones that I've tried. So it's a lot of money, but totally worth it. Okay, my garlic and my carrots are ready to go. So now I just need my mushrooms to reduce, and that's gonna take a while. I'm guessing 10-ish minutes, so I'm just gonna keep an eye on it and see how this goes. The recipe says I'm supposed to cook the mushrooms until they're soft and starting to brown. I don't know how they're supposed to brown when there's a lot of moisture and liquid in the bottom of the pot. They're like simmering in their own juices. So I turned up the heat a little bit to try to work some of that moisture out, but I think I might just move on to the next step because I don't see how they're gonna actually get brown with that much liquid. Okay, I'm just gonna move on. Now I'm gonna add my 2 carrots and my 4 cloves of garlic. This is gonna just, I'm just looking for the garlic to get fragrant, so I'm gonna give it a stir. Leave it in for about a minute. So I'll get that all mixed in. And I'm adding half a teaspoon of thyme, dried thyme, and another half a teaspoon of salt. I really like using kosher salt when I'm cooking and baking, so that's what I'm using. And now I'm gonna add my chicken stock. This bowl is really full, so hopefully I don't spill it. This is 9 cups of chicken broth. And my last ingredient is my pearl barley. So this is half a cup. And now this is gonna cook apparently for about 50 minutes. I'm just gonna put the lid on and let it simmer until that barley is tender and cooked through. I'll check in with you when it's done. My soup is done cooking. It's been simmering here for 50 minutes, so I'm going to give it a taste, see if it needs any extra salt. Yeah, I could use, I think I'm gonna add about a half a teaspoon of salt. And a little more pepper. I don't think I actually added any pepper before, so pepper would be helpful. All right, let's give this a go. You can see that it's, I'm gonna get my face out of here. Pretty hearty for a vegetarian soup. It's pretty good. I feel like it would be helped with some chicken. So when I serve it, I'll probably get some chicken to add into that, or beef, something to just bulk it up and give it some protein. But the flavor is really good. If you like mushrooms, you kind of can't go wrong with a soup like this with a strong mushroom broth base. So yeah, thank you for hanging out with me today. Now I've got another meal to toss in my freezer so that we're ready for whatever life throws at us. If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe if you haven't done so already, and let me know what kind of soup you like to make. Maybe you've got some recipes that you want to share with me. I'd love to see them. We'll talk to you later. Bye.